It's the final in Cincinnati, and we've got Jannik Sinner versus Frances Tiafoe. Who's going to win the Masters? This is the preview. Let's go through it. That's right, and before we go anywhere, make sure you've hit a like and subscribe to the channel. Let's get stuck into it. God, didn't we have two very special semi-final matchups? They did not disappoint. Let's start off with Jannik Sinner. He defeated Sasha Zverev 7-6, 5-7, 7-6 in Cincinnati. Reaches his 5th Masters final. Struggling with the hip a little bit, but at times we saw flashes of his best. It's his 2nd Masters final of the year and his 9th top 10 win of 2024. And he's the first Italian man to be in the final of Cincinnati as well. What a match it was. I mean, Zverev, I feel that it could have been his day. If he'd have just buckled down on the big moments, he may have got Sinner out of there. It just goes to show the level of Jannik Sinner now, that even when he's not playing 100%, he can beat Sasha Zverev, and in impressive fashion was pulling out some incredible winners off like first serves from Zverev. I mean, it seems like the level, even though it dropped off because he was ill and had the injury, he's come back with the injury still partially there, and he's still playing some incredible tennis. Jannik Sinner most definitely deserves his #1 status, and he will keep that #1 status, and Zverev will keep his #4 status, because he could have gone to #2. Now that is not the case. It means Djokovic will be #2 seed at the US Open. Alcaraz will be #3. Zverev #4. But what a match. I mean, when you thought surely it couldn't get any better than that one, those two, big serving, big hitting, long rallies. I mean, and then we were treated to another one after that. I mean, this one arguably even better and more dramatic, and it had to have an American in it, didn't it? It was Frances Tiafoe, and when he's playing well, the crowd really gets involved, and what an absolute beast of a performance he had there against an in-form Holger Rune. He lost the first set 6-4. Rune came out the traps very fast, looked really, really good, and took that set. It was definitely the right scoreline there, 6-4 in the first set. Then Tiafoe just thought, nah, I'm not having that. Comes out fast and gets the early break in the second set and just took it to him. Very hard hitting, very difficult to control when he's hitting so aggressively. And it was 6-1. And it took us into the final set. And you thought, well, maybe Tiafoe will run away with it now. Not to be the case. He ended up finding himself on the wrong end of a terrible scoreline. He was 5-2 down in that final set. And he was 3-love down. He was 4-2 down. He was 5-2 down. And then finds himself facing 2 match points on his own serve. I mean, just in the game before, he had had a little bit of luck, because a lot of people were saying that the net is American. Well, he got 2 net cords, probably two of the most devastating net cords I've ever seen in my life. The backhand slice trickled over the net, just barely rolled down the other side of the net, and then he at 5-4 on match point, he gets another one. It literally hits and travels up, but lands so close to the net the other side, Holger Rune had no chance, and then he saved the next match point with a great serve. Got himself to the tie break, and then, well, the crowd were definitely on his side. He got it over the line. An incredible performance from Frances Tiafoe. And he put on the camera after his performance, why not me? And he reaches his first ever Masters 1000 final. Well done to him. He'll be back in the top 20 just in the time for the US Open. Let's have a look at both of their routes to this final. We've got Jannik Sinner. He had Mickelson, straight sets. Thompson gave him a birthday present, said, I'm not going to play today, and Sinner had his birthday off. Then we had Andrei Rublev 3 sets, brilliant match in the quarters, and then Sasha Zverev 3 sets in the semi, brilliant as well. We look at Tiafoe, he's not had it any easy. He had Fokina, straight sets for him, then his straight sets against Musetti, straight sets against Lehechka, who just knocked out Medvedev. I think maybe this one's the sort of bye that Sinner had. He had Hurkacz, not an easy match, but Hurkacz pulled out injured, and then Holger Rune in good form. Very tough to get past, but he did it in impressive fashion with the comeback. The head-to-head between the two, 3-1 in favour of Jannik Sinner, and he did win their last matchup, and that was in 2023. That was in Vienna. That was on indoor hardcourt. Before that, well, back to 2021 for their last meeting. Before that, Vienna again. But that time, Frances Tiafoe was the victor. Both different players in this tournament and at this stage of their career. Who is going to get the win? Let's go to my prediction. Well, I think this is going to be made more interesting by the fact that Jannik Sinner, maybe not fully fit, still made it to the final. Long match with Zverev, though. Is that going to affect him? Frances Tiafoe, brimming with confidence. So you got one side playing above their average and another side slightly below, but still it's a very, very high level. So, I mean, it's a tough one to pick, but I am going to go with Jannik Sinner. And that is the main reason, just because this is Frances Tiafoe's first ever Masters Final. And despite the crowd, despite how well he's done in this tournament already, I think the mentality of Jannik Sinner and the fact he's able to get someone like Zverev out of there in the semis, I think that he'll do just fine against Frances Tiafoe. I'm going to be going for Sinner in 2 close sets. But that's my prediction. Tell me yours in that comment section below. And if you haven't already, smash a like, subscribe, and join us for more tennis action coming up tomorrow. The US Open is on its way.